On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
There are double standards that are acceptable, and for you to pretend like there aren't is intellectually disingenuous.
And when you get done, you can keep running your victim Olympics that you have not truly experienced any of these things that you're
You don't know what I've
advocating for.
experienced.
Hold on, Hannibal.
Look at it. You see him?
Hannibal.
You see him?
You have no idea what I've experienced.
Fellas,
bro, just because you got a flag in your background don't mean shit.
You have no idea what
Let's
I've
just had a
experienced.
It
conversation,
don't mean
fellas.
nothing to me, bro.
Fellas.
Preservation of self, preservation of family, of your culture does not mean you're dividing yourself. The worst thing that happened in Black America was assimilation. So we can talk about how Black women, oh, you're feminist and oh, you've learned all this. Where did we learn it? We learned it by assimilating with white culture, taking on what they wanted us to be. And then now we're mad that women are modern and we're doing all this. But 50, 60 years ago, Black women weren't, because we preserved our community.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
when we were the best, the strongest, the most
We knew you
married.
was gonna jump in there, okay? Go ahead, keep going. I got
Okay,
smoke
so
for
that's when we were our best. So in order of looking at everybody and trying to be like everyone else, all we have to do is look back in the 50s and the 60s and see what our family did, and they stuck together.
Yep.
And it wasn't that they were hating or they were racist. They stuck together. And now that we have assimilated, we're all over the place.
Now that we're trying to
mad, and we're mad at Black women.
One at a time.
And we're mad at Black women because you want us to call us feminine. But where did that come from? Us assimilating.
Who's mad at Black women?
It's a lot.
Black women are looking to get results that they can't get, and Black women started the war themselves. Nobody is mad at Black women.
What?
Right? The whole issue is funny because, again, I say it. Where do you draw the line? Do you draw the line against women and men? Do you say I rock with women, and then at the same time now you got a war against feminism? Do you draw the line when it comes to sexual orientation, which, Courtney, I know that you supposedly align yourself based off of Christian values, right? At what point do you say that I no longer draw a line based off of the things that people look like or what it is that I want to align myself based off of character? At what point do you stop dividing yourself against people?
I'll tell you where you draw the line. Because what
you're seeing now, you know what they're doing in California? They literally having a conversation about bestiality. Do you draw the line at that point? They having a conversation. They're literally saying no. What I'm saying is now they're having conversations saying that in the same way people can't control who they like as far as women or men. They're saying that pedophiles can't control whether or not they desire little kids.
Where are you going?
One at a time,
so we can have a conversation.
My point is how far down the rabbit hole? How far down the rabbit hole do you go before you say, hold up, we are going too far? And what's the root cause of this? The root cause is the seed that we start to divide ourselves against each other. And if you can't say you love everybody, you can't say you love anybody.
No one's saying no one has anyone.
That's not even.
We're going to Hannibal next. We're going to Courtney. We're going to Hannibal next, and then we're gonna come back around. Go ahead.
So corny, bro.
So look. So Anton, let me tell you where you draw the line. First, you have to draw it where it matters. Okay. There are acceptable double standards that are rooted in actual differences. For instance, I was in the military for about 7 years. Men were required to do pull-ups. Women were required to do flexed arm hang. And that is because of the fundamental differences in physiology. That's science.
Is that fair?
Yes, it's fair, because a woman can't do a bunch of pull-ups.
But then you'll fight for equal rights. It's not fair, bro. It's stupid. The basis of your argument is stupid, bro.
Look, let me finish. Let me finish. Okay. Black people are not black people just because we have dark skin, bro. Black people in America are defined in part by our shared cultural and historical experiences. Okay,
which is learned behavior.
No, let
which
me
is
finish.
learned behavior.
This is the fucking problem. Black people got to have enough courtesy to be able to have a conversation without constantly interrupting.
I don't have to do anything, bro.
Hold on.
I don't have to do anything, bro.
So look,
it is what it is.
We're gonna keep it respectful. Let's just have a conversation.
Let me finish, though.
Okay, let's just have a conversation. I'm gonna take care of that. I'm gonna make sure you get the time to talk.
Like I said, we have shared historical experience, and what that means is we was bought and sold. We was prevented from reading. Okay, they was not. No. We was prevented from having.
You don't even know somebody that was enslaved.
Let me finish.
You don't know none of that.
Hold on, Anton. Let him finish.
Ain't no we in this. He don't know what that feels like. You can't speak from experiences that you ain't never experienced, bro.
You want to interrupt me because you know I'm getting the better of you in this argument.
Better of who? You haven't experienced none of this. You talking based off of what you think, not what you really know.
Stop talking while I finish my
Or what? Or what?
Anton, come on, let's just have a conversation.
Or what?
Come on,
frankly.
man.
You being ignorant.
Come on, Anton. Let's just have a conversation, Anton.
Be careful. Be careful.
Or what? What you gonna do?
Come on, y'all fellas. Let's just have a conversation. Let's just have a conversation.
Right.
Now let me finish. Okay.
I got you.
Because of our look, and you can say what you want about how that was in the past. I got 100 ways of proving how the past affects the present. And you ain't even got enough time for that and probably wouldn't even understand it. But the fact is this. Okay, economic things have happened based upon class and race. Okay, we have been mandated to occupy the underclass. We still are. So
it's called the victim Olympics.
Basically, there are double standards that are acceptable, and for you to pretend like there aren't is intellectually disingenuous.
And when you get done, you can keep running your victim Olympics that you have not truly experienced any of these things that you're
advocating know what I've experienced.
For.
Hold on, Hannibal.
Look at it. You see him? You see him?
You have no idea what I've experienced.
Fellas,
bro, just because you got a flag in your background don't mean
shit. You have no idea what
Let's just have a conversation, fellas.
It don't mean nothing to me, bro.
Fellas, let's just have a conversation. I'll tell you what, Anton, Hannibal, hold on. Hold on, Hannibal, hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Chicago Rilla, and then I'm gonna go to Lauren. I know you guys been chilling. I want you guys to chime in on this conversation. How you feeling, Rilla, about what's being said?
Listen, man, I mean, this conversation, Anton, I know you're going to do your thing, bro. I really, you know what I'm saying? I really just want to hear what both people are saying. I want to hear all parts of it. And I think that's some of what we get away from is not being able to have the conversation and speaking over one another. And then for the audience, they're not able to follow along with what's being said. I'm really just wanting to hear what the brothers are saying. I get it. They're diametrically opposed and they're coming from opposite ends of the spectrum. I really just want to hear the conversation, honestly.
Okay. Lauren?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to answer the question at all. This was a great dialogue. Okay, go
ahead and answer the question. My apologies.
Yes. It's good. What I think pushes us towards growth is focusing on the community as a whole. And I want to say, I also agree with focusing on like your own community, whatever culture, race, whatever you connect yourself to, that can also happen. But I've seen it to where if you focus on the community, then everyone will essentially reap the benefits. I think about gentrification, right? There is negative connotations to that, or just, negativity attached to that. But in essence, it actually goes into the community and it strengthens what was there before. Not to say that the people that were once there couldn't do it on their own, but it's to better the community, right? So, but then on the other side, but on the flip side, I feel as though, to Courtney's point, if we need to solve an obesity problem, you have to do that selfish. Like, you have to do that on your own to contribute to growth. So I think in my opinion, I feel like you can do both. Both can be true, but it depends on what you're talking about. When I think about philanthropy, right? When you're focusing on the community as a whole, everyone can benefit. When you talk about improving communities, whether it be through buildings, whether it be new jobs, like, I can see where focusing on the community as a whole is more beneficial than just focusing on one block, one street, one area, right? So it really just depends on what we want to grow. Do we want to grow financially? I can see, think about all the rich families that are out here. It started internally. They had to start in-house, build the wealth to then be able to contribute. But we have to teach wealth within our own in our own house, our own backyard, to be able to then pour into the community. So again, my answer is really based on like, what are we trying to grow within our community? So that's my answer.